Hello, friends, and welcome to Talking with Fans People. My name is Host Eric. I, despite everything, am the host of Talking with Fans People. How's it going? How are you? I'm fine, thank you for asking. Have you been eating enough cheese lately? What can we do to change that? This is an odd live stream. It's like jumping ahead in time and then back in time and stuff. I don't know if it's broken or what. The clock's going wacky though, I'll tell you that.
It's funny that you're live.
Right. This is this is a regular problem for YouTube, by the way, that the live stream announcements happen a good 5 minutes in, usually. Sometimes there's one person. Is that you?
Maybe.
Rachel Epolosa?
No, I don't think so. It's still not showing up.
There's two people. So, okay, yeah, the YouTube notifications on live streams are rather late. They don't coincide with the actual start of the stream.
Here we go.
It's possible that if you were to, what's the word? Poop on a plate and serve it for lunch? No, that's not the word. If you were to schedule it, then maybe it would give you an announcement more. But I just go live, as they say. Anyway, tonight we're talking about what was the interesting notion I was thinking about prior to beginning this live stream. I know that it was a notion. I know that it was interesting. Fuzzology, hello. But what kind of interesting notion? How interesting? How notion-like? I'm drawing a blank here. I'm not going to lie. I can't remember what my interesting notion was. Hi, Rachel Epolosa. Fancy meeting you here. So, I hear you're a fan of my live stream, Rachel Epolosa. Anyhow, interesting notions. Cool. I appreciate that. What's the notion related to? Perhaps the future. I'm not sure. I've got a lot of interesting business ideas that I'd like to see implemented. Some of them serious, some of them totally ridiculous. But someday I'd like to be a billionaire just so I could open up some of these businesses that are doomed to fail, just as a joke or something. I don't know what I'd be doing really. But like more than just condiments. I want to see that be a reality someday. It's mostly condiments. But it's more than just condiments. That's why it's called more than just condiments. The different varieties of ketchup they'll have there, like every mustard imaginable, aiolis of every shape and size. Just you walk in there, horseradish, you get your horseradish sauce, you get your pink sauce from Shogun, that restaurant Shogun. The notion might be really dense. I'm not sure if it was or not. Possibly.
It's actually supposed to be United States flag, but the emojis didn't go through.
Oh. So you got a sunglasses us instead, huh?
Yeah. For your condiments idea, how American is that?
Right, it's a very American idea. You get your pickle relishes of all sorts. Now, what do they also have? at more than just condiments, they'll have other little side things like those crackers you serve with soup, croutons. That's why they're more than just condiments, of course. They'll also have, wasabi. Because you want to hear wasabi.
Wasabi.
So the idea is more just condiments. You go to your regular fast food restaurant, you buy your fast food, and then afterwards you go to more than just condiments to buy some more condiments. You put some special condiments on it, and you're golden. You could have an all-you-can condiment bar. Eventually, maybe we'll start selling things other than condiments. Like, a good thing to do with a condiment thing, it would be to have a restaurant attached to it that serves basically sausages. You can put all kinds of different condiments on sausages. Would you say that a sausage is the most condiment friendly of all entree items? Perhaps it is. Maybe a sandwich? Chick-fil-A is popular. Lots of sauces, dips, and chicken biscuits. Chick-fil-A will take you to the limit. When I hear the word Chick-fil-A, it makes me think of Sports Chalet, which was no longer in business, but it was a sporting goods store here in the general Los Angeles area. There were multiple locations of it. Sports Chalet. They had advertisements on TV. That was their song. Sports Chalet will take you to the limit. So I tend to sing that when I hear Chick-fil-A, as it reminds me of Sports Chalet. Sports Chalet specializes in skiing stuff. Hi, philosophical thinker. How are you this fine Tuesday evening? Are you bad, medium bad, good, medium good, super good, terrible, or excellent? Those are all your choices. Philosophy, I'd like you to answer that question too if you're still here. Hi, Hambone. Philosophical thinker is disappointed in the world. Sorry to hear that, philosophical thinker. What disappoints you? What did the world do this time to disappoint you? You did important paperwork today, Hambone. Well, you must feel pretty good about yourself. Are you feeling accomplished? Generally, the world generally disappointed you? I don't know how it could generally disappoint you. Surely there was something specific about it that disappointed you. Or was it the absence of unicorns? Mucho accomplished, including learning Spanish, I see. It's a bit of an exaggeration. The CSJ live stream and the typing of Erica's ESTP? I didn't see it. No. I didn't see it. Is it recent? Did he just put it up or what? That's how I'm going to have to go to battle. Hambone says, hi, Rachel Lapalosa. Counter says it's on today. What is it on right now or what? Or it's over. I mean, who in the world would possibly think I'm an ESTP? Who would think that? Does anybody here think I'm an ESTP? Naomi M, yes, I do have written poetry, and usually it's metered verse. So, for example, I have a poem called Budbrow Spree. Skins, as beards to wear upon the chins of everyone with cash to spend. Potato beards distinguish one and also are a lot of fun. And when the wearing time is done, then one can chew one's beard like gum. But Frances is contrarian, and so though she loves her tuber friends, she will not jump aboard the trend and leaves her chin as her own skin. In class, she hears how Mr. Lau boasts proudly of his bushy brows, and later on she visits farms to woo potatoes with her charms. I can't remember the whole thing. I like to think that too, Hambone. I like that aspect of thing. That's a poem I wrote, or part of it. Called Pub Raspberry. It's just a kid's poem, you know. It's like, but it's in perfect metered verse. It's also a song that I have up, which I will find a link to here in the live stream for those who are interested. Now, I'm not saying ESTPs can't make songs and poems. I'm sure they can. But I don't think it would be about potato men and potato beards and stuff like that, right? That's not very ESTP. That's about as ESTP as a tree, which isn't very ESTP. Yeah, that's about as ESTP as a tree, which isn't very ESTP. He's an SE user. What makes you say that? Because of what Hambone says there.
Mhm.
I'm learning all I can about poetry right now. Is changing my writing world and my world outside of writing. Yeah, metered verse is critical to learn. Everybody should learn it. You know, I can actually freestyle in like a iambic pentameter if I wanted to. Like, let me try. And so again, I live stream now in search of ways in which and how I might become a better man whose understanding of the plans of slabs above must clarify for him and all he speaks to why the article of agency bestowed here in this earthly sea did manifest so long ago until it then did grow and grow and become that which we now know. Period. That's not good? Come on. That's pretty good. And Gintier, what are you talking about? That's not bad. Come on. All in perfect metered verse, rhyming? Come on. You cut me some slack. I mean, oh, it's not, no, that's, well, I see, it wasn't it me. I mean, okay, thank you. It's like, Jesus, you're some fucking kind of harsh critic, man. It's like, okay, well, even if it isn't very good, it's kind of mean to say, you know, like, okay, fine. I understand. I misunderstood. It's like, wow, Hambone's harsh. Thanks, Hambone. Makes me feel a lot better. I know, tough crowd. Jesus Christ. Did you see CS Joseph typed you in his how to type stream just now? I heard about it. I didn't see it. Countess came in and told me about it, Robert Moreland. I hear he types me as an ESTP. I mean, that kind of says it all, right? Nobody in their right mind would think I'm an ESTP. Rachel, do you think I'm an ESTP?
No. That's why I said you should make the video explaining definitively you as an ENTP. but
Yeah, I could do that.
yeah, but well, this makes things more interesting.
Right. Well, I kind of want to like get it, cut it, respond to it in chunks, like, you know, uh, play little clips of it.
Yeah.
So, what was his justification, Robert Moreland? Do you know what his warrant was for typing his ESTP? Yeah, I know I know what you're talking about, Luis Dizon. Yeah, that actually happened. Exactly as I told the story. Yeah, absolutely. That's what happened. His name was Steve. The chick's name was Laura. I don't remember their last names even. I was not fucking with her. I hadn't touched her. I did later, but not at that point. I hadn't touched her, nor was I even thinking about it, you know. But he thought I had, and he punched me in the face. I mean, it was quite a surprise to me, needless to say. I was shocked. He walked through the window. I was like, "Hey, Steve," and bam, he punched me in the face. It was crazy. I'd never experienced anything like it. That's exactly the way it went. He's never my friend. He was just this dude I knew, like dude who was Laura's boyfriend, who I'd played basketball with, and we hated each other on the basketball court. We were already kind of like enemies, really, but we weren't technically enemies. I'd still greet him if I saw him, you know. Like, hey, Steve. Certainly didn't expect to get punched in the face, and he knocked me out. I mean, it's not like I won the fight or anything. He knocked me out. The reason he went and got in his car, I don't know, maybe he realized this, you know, this wasn't going to end soon or easy. Exactly. It wasn't like I was the more powerful fighter of the two. Um, I don't want to describe it because I won't. I wouldn't do justice to what he said. You wouldn't do justice to what C.S. Joseph said. Hey, listen, Robert Moreland. That's a really low bar. So, it's a really, really low bar. I'm. What was the dream? Did you dream of Jeannie with the light brown hair? Oh, and Rachel. You know what? That she certainly wasn't gonna call her that, but I'm not quite sure what her title is yet. I haven't titled her. It has to be slab. It has to be slab dictated. Bufferhead. Buffer. Are we buffering?
Yeah.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
The internet gods have been real jerks lately. Well, you know, at least we're not breaking down on the side of the road at the moment. I'm happy at that. If we can hopefully recover its sense of urgency.
Have other people been feeling that way too?
What about the internet gods?
The slabs.
Oh, the Slavs. Well, I'm not sure. I mean, that was a very slabby poem I made up on the fly. I don't even really remember it, but I can listen to it back and think, wow, that's pretty slabby. I can just tell it had a certain out of nowhere slabbiness to it.
Mm.
Greetings from Argentina, host Eric says Rick Shaw. Well, greetings from America, Rick Shaw. I don't really have recurring dreams, no. I did maybe for a while when I was younger, and then I think I stopped recurring. Um, Am I still here? Have I retained my ability to connect with the others of the world via the internet's live streaming protocol? Nice potato song there, Eric. As a fellow musician, I wonder what are your favorite album or songs? I have a which has a lot of my favorite songs on it. At least certainly it's a good representation of my taste in music. I like hits. I like songs that in and of themselves have an identity that is distinct, catchy, memorable, enjoyable to listen to. I'm very NI seeking in my music, and my production and such have gotten better. God damn it! This freaking internet, I tell you. It's totally GAY. Okay, I'm going to try to persist here and hope it gets better instead of worse, and that we don't have any further problems. If it continues getting worse and worse or something, then I'll just end it. So, Snappy Tracks. Copy link address. This is a good indication of my taste in music. I like the best songs. I don't like weirdness for its own sake. I don't like the songs that aren't quite as good. I like the best songs. Hankin here says it's all right on his end. I'm glad to hear that. You're welcome. Hello there. Now that particular playlist is, of course, for songs that are on the peppy side. That's what it's called, Snappy Tracks. I don't have, but I ought to build a separate playlist for slow, sad, or musing mood songs and so forth. So interesting notions is the topic. Let me riff on the idea of interesting notions a bit. So I'm having this interesting notion right now about, I can hide users from this channel. Yeah. I could go to the list and unban them at some point if I wanted to, I guess. I don't really like calling attractive girls hot because it seems inappropriate for me, just my opinion. What do you like calling them? Scalding? Plasmically warm? You say their electrons are excited? Okay. So, interesting notion. This deck I want to make, which I have a paper where I wrote things down on. Where was that? Did that have a little book? Probably in that little book. If you like little books like I like little books, then you'll like this little book for sure. So I want to make my own kind of tarot card deck, right? That's different than the tarot card deck. It's just the same kind of concept, I guess, but it's based on, it's like, it has some typology elements, some debate elements, some archetypes, and artifacts, which I haven't written down yet. What's SW stand for again? Anyway, I like the idea of making a new kind of deck I have an idea of how you use this to like read, right? Read people. But the thing is, because the 8 cores relate to synergy, ideation, the values and stuff for the functions. And then "16 archetypes of folly" represent manners in which people can go wrong. 16 artifacts represent ways in which people can take advantage, be advantageous to themselves, serve their interests. Archetypes of folly are ways in which people can fail to serve their interests. 16 artifacts covers the ways in which people can serve their interests. I forget what the last one is. Oh yeah. All right, the last one. No, I'm sorry, the last one is that. And the artifact is something different. Anyway, I like the idea of making one of these decks. I think it's an interesting notion. And of course, what I need to do is just start making each of the cards all the text and stuff that would go on it if it were to have text, or explaining each one, and then make like a card that doesn't have any pictures on it. The object. So no, they added one where Capricorn is, I think it's not mentioned on Carpo 719's channel. Because he is Capricorn. He polar means it's always view your glasses half full. Huh. I don't know if that's what it means or not. No sad songs until the 3rd chapter of the story of you and Rachel. That's when we worry the boy won't get the girl, boy, or whomever of their choice. 3rd chapter, huh? No sad songs until the 3rd chapter. Interesting. When's the 3rd chapter? Are we still in the 1st chapter? We're still in the 1st chapter.
I hate people telling us, why did you say that?
I don't know. I just thought it
What makes her say that? Yeah, so there is.
was Officious? What is it?
Yesterday.
What is it though?
It's like they're claiming it's the 13th zodiac sign, so everyone gets pushed either forward or back a little bit.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so it's like a change in astrology.
I like the idea of TWFP trading cards, hand bones. That's an interesting notion. Like baseball cards, you have their nickname, types, quotes. Yeah, that's a good idea, hand bone. Like, on this interesting notion live stream, you're gonna get +5 points. No, Eric is not. Eric Barracuda 57 is not INFJ. I've already typed police to him. He's in type police jail. You know the devil is you, right? I'm not the devil. In a movie or a book or any love story, we know the beginning is full of passion, the middle is when we fall in love, and during the 3rd act, our lovers must meet a challenge. Interesting. Okay, well, explain a little bit more anyway, Ghostwriter. Will, distinct from where it deviates from the will of the Slavs, comprises the work of the devil. But is that what you're saying? I'm curious. I'm not trying to catch you or anything. I think your comment there is interesting, and I want to have it explicated some. I knew that one was fake. Shame on him. What was fake? Shame on him. What are you talking about? Oh yeah. Oh, I see. I knew that was fake. Period. Shame on him. Right. Again for that rare host Zachary rookie card. That's yeah. He was actually a usurper from another civilization, give Earth for particle gold to help their planet's fucked up atmosphere. And if you look in the science today, they've actually found it. Kind of makes sense. Are you coming to sit down with me?
Yes, it will be, but where's the charger thing?
Is it in here? Yes, it is.
I think if we say the devil is absolutely two.
The devil is 6 and the devil is 6, then God is 7. Right?
Mm.
So say the Pixies. What specifically is the justification for that? In other words, if in fact the ego is necessarily that which deviates from what God, then why is it specifically the ego and not something else? Or what aspect of the ego makes it deviate?
There's a neighbor. It's represented by, or Capricorn is represented by it. Capricorn actually is like represented in astrology traditionally as the sea goat, which is known as like the devil's pet or something. Yeah.
Ghostwriter, what I'm asking you is, what's the reason for that? Like, why is it that ego is bad? And under what context, or what comprises an example of bad ego? What comprises wickedness as it relates to ego? When you said the ego is the devil, right? So, but it's not bad. So what is it? Is it devilish? Is it ill-intentioned? Did you plug that thing in? You can't both plug it in and charge at the same time.
I know it's not. It wasn't turning on, so.
Oh, it will. Try it again. It's got plenty of juice. It's got three squares worth of juice. So. Try it again. Where's the button?
Oh.
There you go.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. There's a normal part of human psychology. Yes, it is. It's neutral. So what makes it like the devil versus something that's not like the devil? If the devil's neutral, what comprises the alternative to the devil? I don't want to be the devil's pet. I would say that the id is more demonic in nature as far as chaos goes. He lives on the other side of the country now. By the time I was old enough to speak, he didn't care much for baseball anymore. Neutrality and love. Why isn't there anything that's negative? I mean, because love is normatively good, right? That's basically what you're saying. Neutrality is the only alternative to normatively good, but it's not normatively bad. So why isn't there anything that's normatively bad? And why is evil necessarily exclusive of love? I mean, I tend to agree with you that love is good.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, maybe good is love.
Yeah.
But last question is, why is it that you have something like love, which is normatively good, and then you have neutrality, which is normatively neutral, presumably, and then why isn't there something that's normatively bad? Why is it good and neutral only? I mean, because certainly we can talk about certain behaviors that are bad, if something deviates too far from the good, certainly if it runs directly counter to the good, what is it? Some things surely do, right? What about hate? Is hate neutral? Okay, but then if everything is God, everything is made out of love, then there is no neutrality either, right? It's just all love. Everything's love. Okay, so there is no neutrality and there is nothing bad. There's just all good. It's all love. Right. I mean, right. That's what I'm saying. So somebody despairing, subjected to torture for an ongoing period of time, it's still part of love. It's still good. I mean, obviously we need to draw normative distinctions more meaningfully than that, right? You're not meaningfully like engaging the idea if you say that. Suffering isn't bad, it teaches us lessons. I see. How about we positive years. Then see how you feel about suffering. What lessons are you gonna learn from that, Countess? That boy, it sure does suck being subject to abuse by somebody else. That's the lesson. That's the only lesson there is to learn. Suffering that we bring upon ourselves may teach us lessons, but that doesn't mean that suffering in general does. And by and large, the lesson that suffering teaches us is to avoid suffering, to avoid causing it, to avoid being subject to it. We didn't need way more time to evolve, Jason Rodriguez. That's the crazy thing. Evolution doesn't make any sense because, I mean, humans went from monkeys to humans in way too short of a time period for it to actually make any sense at all. It makes no sense. Okay, but Countess one, look, one does learn those skills, and one maybe needs those skills because there are bad people in the world. So learning to defend oneself against bad people in the world is one benefit of being victimized by bad people, I suppose. It makes you less easy to victimize in the future. But victimization in itself is all bad. That's just how it is. Do I believe the universe is billions of years old? Yeah, probably. Okay, well, Ghostwriter, I'm hesitant to make declarative statements about the slabs. I understand that such is hubris, and it tends to get smacked down by the slabs. No, I don't fuck with Alan Watts. Wasting my time. NI nonsense. Look, you can't make friends with salad, as Homer Simpson famously said in an episode of The Simpsons to Lisa. You don't make friends with salad. You don't make friends with salad. Right? Alan Watts is salad. So you should be. Well, you're making normative claims at me, Ghostwriter. I don't know. You're making both normative claims and diagnoses, which is interesting. Both of which are quite bold in your assumptions. He's all right, but I'm not going to waste my time on this shit. It's NI. It's synergist. It's trying to use words to elicit an understanding of the synergistic whole that is beyond full explanation because of the synergy. So it's kind of like, trying to explain feelings, introverted feelings. You make friends with chocolate. You've not had an undual experience. You hear that, Rachel?
What is that?
Wow. Ghost Raiders nailed it. Guess what? There's something wrong with Eric, and he knows what it is. It's that I haven't had a non-dual experience.
Really?
Apparently, yeah.
But you have, but your first wife, right?
He's not talking about relationships. He's not talking about duality or anything like that. He's talking about something mystical. I haven't experienced unity with the universe. Is that right, Ghost Rider? Yep. Yeah, bingo.
I have.
Fortunately, I bet you guys, I bet you that Ghost Rider has experienced this. Am I right, Ghost Rider? And you're here to share with us why now, because of this subjective thing that you referenced that's undefined and probably undefinable, that you have access to secret wisdom that the rest of us don't have access to because we didn't have that experience. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, I want to know why he's saying that. What makes him say that?
Okay, well, can you explain what a non-dual experience is in any kind of meaningful way that will help us to determine maybe whether I've had one or not, and why it's so powerful to have one?
I would like to know what it means to even have one. I mean, I feel like I have.
No, it's not a myth. They're very empathic. So are ENFJs. All right, knock us dead with the wisdom, Ghost Rider. Share with us your path to enlightenment and actualization. Explain how it is that you gained access to all the secret wisdoms. Well, you see, Eric, I had an experience that really, really moved me. You haven't had that experience. I took a lot of drugs, and I really transcended. You haven't taken enough drugs. Is that what you're saying, Ghost Rider?
Because you've done that.
Oh, I see. Okay, so do please explain what your path to a non-dual experience was.
What does that mean?
Could be useless, but an interesting idea.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. You know what would be cool? A statistical gathering of different dominant functions, seeing how each type reacts under the effects of LSD. It does seem like an interesting idea. Shut the fuck up for 2 minutes. You can turn off your speakers. I'm live streaming here. Would you like me to wait in silence while you come up with an answer? Jesus Christ, Ghost Rider. You certainly have got a pair. Non-dual experience would be for you being with non-ISV. He's not, while on DMG. Okay. Okay, fine, Ghost Rider. I'll stop asking questions. I'll chit chat about other things. You compose your answers very carefully and present them as, yeah. And we'll see how they play.
I want to see you present it that way too.
Have you made a video about INFJ myths? No, it's a good topic. Maybe I have. I don't know. I can think of a few. They're not warm. There's a myth that they're warm, caring. They're not warm and caring. They're cold and caring, sort of caring. And sort of feel burdened by the world mostly. Mm-hmm. Like they feel like they have to be caring, and it's an imposition on them from the world, and so they get cool. They become a cool mist. Another INFJ myth that they are content, enlightened, at peace, or whatever. They may have great insight about your life if you ask them questions, or about something, that needs solvency if you ask them questions about it or something. Or understanding of it. But ultimately, they're not particularly happy, content, joyous people at all. They're filled with an internal struggle related to their own, related to why people like them. And if they really understand who they are and like them for who they are. An untold experience is when you let go of beliefs about everything through contemplation and meditation from, in my case, chronic disease. What happens is when you let go of all belief, your consciousness expands in such a way that your senses, what is around you, become part of you as well. We are all one. How did I know? How did I know that it was going to be NI nonsense? Look, home fries. You obviously believe this. You've not let go of all belief at all. Now, you may be saying there was a moment when you did, and that was the moment of expansion. But as far as letting go of belief goes, you need to understand that I am less constrained by my belief or beliefs, at least intellectually, than anybody I know or anybody I've ever encountered. Now, I am aware of the need to affirm and embrace certain beliefs because I have to make choices, and potentiality can only be manifest by sacrificing other potentiality. So for those people, ego death cultism is a good way to put it. For those who believe that there needs to be an absence of human existence in a human's life, that is to say, an absence of meanings, an absence of distinctions, an absence of ego, well, they're barking up the wrong tree. We go to commune with the Slavs periodically. And we remind the Slavs, or they remind us that can, seek to execute as best we can. And we also know that we're going to be imperfect in the doing of that thing. So, no, I'm not misunderstanding Ghost Rider. You don't have, what you're trying to express to me is a synergistic truth that resonates with you, but is not a universal truth. In fact, you become consumed by your belief. You become what Sherman would call one of the grotesques. The grotesques are those who take a belief and cling to them, cling to their breast and say, this is my belief and this is my identity. So it's, you can't preach the gospel of no belief. You know what I'm saying? If you really embrace the gospel of no belief, you can't preach at all. Not even a little bit. But from what I can tell, it's all you do is preach. So, sorry, homie. No dice.
Dr. Phil, I would walk 500 miles.
Can I change my name here in YouTube as Luis Tizon, the INFJ boy next door? Are you asking me permission? Yes. You have my permission.
My 12th house, I have Virgo in my 12th house, which is the opposite of the house ruler, which is Pisces. And 12th house and shadow functions probably go hand in hand.
Most of my houses are Mercury. Some of them are Mars. Some of them are Marscury, which is half Mars, half Mercury. So I'm mostly Mercury and Mars in my 12th or 11th house. 10th house, I'm not so sure about. I forgot. I actually don't know if that's probably not very good astrology, but
Wait, did you just make all that up?
Yeah.
Then you did it good.
That's
Because
good.
I was like, oh, he knows some of it? Like, why does he know some of it?
I don't know anything.
Hmm. think I've had an ego death. It's like I was looking into my personality as I always am, and I'm a type 7, so I'm mostly positive. And so I was reading this book, and it was highlighting the good and the lighter sides and the more shadowy sides. And when I read about like how we're selfish, we're thoughtless, careless, can't keep a routine, I was like blown away. I was like, damn, this stuff is true. Like these things that I value in myself, which is positivity, being spontaneous and joyful, can actually hurt people. And I was like, damn, like that's ego getting hurt right there. Age of Aquarius. My Jupiter, I think, is in the 4th house. I have luck at home. It counts as when I wear platform shoes as I sing the song. I have platform shoes with me. We could wear them both. Done. Yeah, Louis Dizon, the INFJ Boy Next Door. It's a good title. Winston's mom. I like to say I had a friend from Iran. John Ritter is funny. And one day I would like to visit Greece with you, perhaps, Countess. Oh, Ella. I wanted to visit Greece too. I found out through 23andMe, the test, that I'm 7% Greek, which I never knew I was. So that was cool. The sun is weak in Aquarius. That's what they say. But now that it is Age of Aquarius, I feel like that's going to change. And they're going to have the upper hand. And Leos who have, I don't know. My Jupiter is Pisces in the 1st house. You definitely do create your own luck. Yeah, Jupiter and Pisces is a really good combo.
So, Freddie, you got to remember that NA users, like me, have a different kind of actualization arc than NI users. I'm never going to be somebody who benefits from sitting in silence, abandoning the monkey mind, getting rid of all words in my head, getting rid of all narratives, and being silent and whole with the one universe. I'm never going to be somebody who that's a good path for. And that's why you got to be careful about advocating from your own experience. Your experience, I'm sure, was very powerful, but it's not a good advocacy for lots of people. It's a bad advocacy because you're not considering the other person and the way that they deal with reality. It's different than the way you deal with it. Thanks, Ghost Rider.
That's very, very mature.
Yeah, I'm impressed, actually. Surprised a little bit. Maybe I didn't give enough credit. I don't know. Maybe I myself get a little bit more rhetorical sometimes. I try much less rhetorical than I used to be.
Dr. Phil's gonna cheat on his wife.
He is? Don't cheat on your wife, Dr. Phil.
He's flirting.
With whom?
With Luis.
With Luis Dizon?
Mm-hmm.
Luis Dizon, do you find Dr. Phil sexy?
No. No one does. Not even him. That's why he does so much plastic surgery.
You think he gets a lot of plastic surgery?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you how to live.
You've got to face the truth. I like that expression. You've got to face the truth, which he says.
But he doesn't face the truth himself. He's a hack.
Yeah.
Oprah hired Dr. Phil. Everyone who Oprah hires is a hack. I'm sorry to say this, guys. It drives me, it burns me.
If I was born in a year of the ox in the Chinese zodiac, does this affect this kind of astrology? What is year of the ox type people like? Do you know, Rachel?
I actually do. I grew up with ox people. they're very, because I'm 85, but I'm January 85, so I'm a rat. Oxes are, they're hard workers. They sludge and they're great with grades. Maybe some people might say that they're stubborn or stuck in the mud, but slow and steady wins the race. They're good people.
Kevin Jen, you're drunk and apparently have a lot of faith in C.S. Joseph's typing.
Yeah.
C.S. just typed me.
Yeah,
on a live stream
Spacey.
apparently is ESP recently today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who the hell would think I'm an ESTP? Hi, Danny Parkman. Welcome.
Yeah, I mean, macrophage.
What do you ask, Countess?
Oh my God, it was a live stream?
Yeah, I wouldn't even ask him. I would just ask. I would just ask him. Like, I just ask the people there. Like, why in the world are you listening to this people? This person. Why are you listening to him? What makes you think he's right about anything? Was he already typed me? That's cool. I like being in the middle of this kind of thing. It's fun.
It's perfect right now.
Yeah. It is. It's good.
Good timing, C.S. Joseph.
I agree.
It's a good time.
What happened to your fingers, Countess? She typed them to the bone. She was typing so fast in the chat that people understood you typed ESTP. The thumbnail has your face on it. Oh, cool. Right on. That's good.
Yeah, hit like.
Wait, the last posted video from C.S. Joseph is from 2 days ago. Did he take it down? That would be interesting. I'm curious. Is it still there? Can anybody else check and see if it's still there?
Yeah, I would check right now, but the internet's a little bit slow.
Only for his patrons, huh? Well, maybe somebody's a patron can download it and we can watch it. I'm curious to watch it. It's pretty fucking chicken shit if he's got it only for his patrons. Kind of broke her fingers from all the scolding she did. Yeah, Countess, you Countess kind of crossed a couple lines there in some of those comments. I'll let it slide. You know, whatevs.
Sacred hands. Maybe she was if it was more on a sacred level than like sexual, it could have been that she's checking your boobs for help.
You felt some girl boobs in your dream. You couldn't see her face, but she had scared hands or scarred hands?
Oh, scarred. Oh, it was a nightmare. That's right. You had a nightmare.
I like the idea of her having scared hands. Like what, they're like shaking thingies.
They were. I would be scared by that.
Kevin Chen's right. They do take some time to process, actually, after you've done the live stream. It doesn't come up right away. I forgot about that myself here. You just finished it, so it's going to take a little
Oh, gotcha.
It's probably just not, yeah, it's not, hasn't finished processing or whatever.
Are we going to do this on your show, Dr. Phil?
For less than $20, buy a pair of girls' chicken cutlets and go to town, boys.
Listen.
Chicken cutlets. Those are funny.
They scare men. They really do.
Okay, so it should be up in a little bit. It'll be interesting to see. I might even like excerpt it and thanks, Eric. Your playlist soundtrack my newly washed pots. Oh, so you did the dishes while listening to Snappy Tracks? That's cool. Unless you're talking about washing your marijuana, which would be a bad idea, probably.
Yeah.
Probably don't want to wash that. Oh yeah, I'll do a response video. Phone.
Hard limit.
Well, because Kat just said my throat hurts.
Oh. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, good. I'm glad you washed your dishes. That's always. I'm like Jordan Peterson, except how Killer Mike's here to talk about CS Justice live stream. I'm like CS Justice. Instead of telling you to wash, to clean your. There's a throat coach right now. I wonder if I got it from Rachel.
Yeah, possibly. I am from New York, so I'm infecting you all.
With throat cough, itch disease, whatever that is.
Throat cough itch disease. Get your medication for it. Throat cough itch disease.
Jesus. A perfect husband-wife partner business might be driving around to estates and offering BJs and car detailing. The couple decides who does what best. It's a terrible idea.
Perfect husband-wife partnership might be driving around to estates and offering BJs and car detailing. The couple who decides who does what the best.
That's a terrible idea.
So we go around, driving around, and offer BJs and detailing, and then the couple that we choose to do that with gets to vote on us.
I'm gonna offer a resounding no to that idea.
It's a lot of work.
Did all the people talking about just out themselves as CSJ cucks? I don't know. I'm not sure what that is to say, but Killer Mike, I did not catch the stream. I'm looking forward for it being done uploading, and I'm curious as to his justifications. If anybody here did watch it and knows what his justifications are, I'd love to hear your version of it before I see his version of it. Just to get some sort of sense of what his justifications were. It's hard to imagine successfully defending a typing of me as ESTP. Like, what makes me ESTP? It wasn't very in depth. He already knew what he thought you were. Okay, so did he offer any justifications at all? Or did he just say he's ESTP at the end? Thank the heavens.
Who is that? Who are you, Dr. Phil? You don't have any videos or any followers. Who are you?
He's Dr.
Like a
Phil?
troll. He's a troll pretending to be. I know a lot of people pretend who they think they are. Or it could be Dr. Phil. I'm calling the person out.
I'm sure it's not really Dr. Phil. It's not Dr. Phil.
Get a fucking life.
Look, Dr. Phil is cool. He comes around here periodically.
He's terrible.
I have no problem. What did he do? I have no problem. Not this. Not maybe the real Dr. Phil is terrible, but this Dr. Phil is fine.
I guess he has no followers on YouTube.
That's fine, but he comes around here and he chats in the live chat, and he never causes any problems. He's cool. I don't have any problems with Dr. Phil. He's not actually Dr. Phil. Okay. Also, Donald Trump is not actually Donald Trump. He comes around here periodically too. Yeah, somebody named Donald Trump comes around here. But he's not
to like fuck around?
Well, he just pretends to be Donald Trump. He goes, I'm having KFC in the White House right now. It's absolutely fantastic.
So he's just a troll.
He's not really a troll. He's just somebody doing sort of performance art, I guess. I don't know.
Lame.
Okay, fine, Rachel. I'm lame. Sorry.
It is.
Sorry, Dr. Phil. I got to side with Rachel.
I'm sorry. It's so lame.
They say you put a lot of energy into what they call the INFJ subconscious. In my opinion, smoke comes down extrovert intuition and helps one to convert it to extrovert sensing. So maybe I'll have a problem where I'm too enamored of possibilities. Like I've got several things I want to do, and I'm not actually doing anything. because I can go cycling through what I want to do, and then I smoke some weed and it gets me to settle onto one thing and do it. So it's actually the opposite. But regardless, I've been smoking marijuana for 30 years, 30 plus years.
Oprah treats the psychologist.
Oprah treats the psychologist.
Well, that's a mom, right? She's a homo.
You've got Dr. Phil to call Oprah up and ask her how to solve your problem. That's the moral of the story.
Yeah. I'm not. None of us are doing it.
She's right. Another one and another one.
Another one bites the dust.
Who has a stalker?
I do have a point.
I have a stalker? I don't have a stalker. The bots grab flag words. That's why we should clear our browsers and search histories now.
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't really search for anything weird or something, whatever, I don't search for, like, how to keep Rachel Appaloosa locked up in a cage or something.
Where? Who said that?
No, right. What's the saying about how you should clear your search history and stuff so bots don't grab flag words and stuff. It's not like I search for anything inappropriate ever anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that comes.
Although I will say, as a debate coach, I do search up things like nuclear war, germ warfare, weapon systems, stuff like that quite a bit because it's relevant to debate topics. Yeah, Flow State is ESTP. That guy, Taylor, he's an ESTP. I mean, I missed this part and I hesitate to be intrusive, but is Tori around right now? Something seems like she is MIA. Well, I don't know what's going on with Tori right now. There's been drama or controversy or whatever around a song I uploaded. It's one of those things where as a general rule, I will take down things that people don't like, especially if it involves them being on camera or something. But this is a different ball game. It's like I made a song inspired by shit that happened to me in my life, namely that Tori's dad called the cops and they came to my parents' house. Her dad falsely accused me of somehow abusing her daughter or giving her drugs or something, which I've never given Tori any drugs of any sort, including marijuana. So, that's that was a problem for me. It made me mad. So I did the right thing. I exercised my anger by making a song. It's a good way to solve that sort of problem. But it wasn't well received because Tori didn't like it. But I actually didn't anticipate that she would dislike it. I anticipated that she would like it. I was wrong. But regardless, having produced what I am very pleased with the song, I think it's quite a effective, complete, and successful work that I'm not going to take it down, obviously. I mean, it's a song. It's not a talking video. It's a song.
I'm surprised that anyone likes Dr. Phil. He's such a hack.
This is a bit of a hack. George Carlin was almost certainly an ENTP. Not somebody I liked, though. I don't like George Carlin. I don't think he's funny. I don't like his style of ENTP-ishness. Being an ENTP is like, I'm largely not impressed by ENTPs that I see are successful because, I don't know, I'm just not. I don't like them because maybe a little bit of hater or something. In general, it's because I think they're being like George Carlin had a lot of of like TI assault humor, right? Like this shit isn't logical. I'm gonna mock it. Like he's very anti-religion, anti-God, and stuff like that, and very political. And to me, that's media-wise, that's irresponsible. Like you don't mix your comedy and your politics because it makes for bad comedy, and you probably have bad politics. So that's what I don't like about George Carlin. It's like he's not respecting, in general. Yeah, he didn't seem like to be a very actualized being to be. I agree with you, Isaiah. That's the sum of it. I see him and kind of go, I don't know. I like John Cleese. John Cleese is cool. He's a need to be.
The heck? What is Thoth?
Thoth?
Yeah. That's like a thing that like kids say now too.
I don't know. What is Thoth? You want to explain? Emerald tablets, 13th tablet, most influential for me. Thoth?
Oh, that's what, because it's in a song that I know. I don't pick up the no tat or whatever.
Thoth. Of poo. No, writing magic wisdom in the moon. Well, I would say that those are good things to be the god of. It's Joey, Joe, 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 Joey, Joe, 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 Joey, Joe, 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 Shabba-doo. Billy Carson. I don't know why Winston is adding the extra H. Honestly.
Thought thinking of them.
Thoth is the Egyptian god of writing and wisdom, fairness. Thought is a cam whore. The sky. Reconsider my views regarding CSS. After all, I've only met one side of his mind. I once clearly used fourth and third function. My seventh was just as shitty. Where was my second mind? Thoth is a kind of tarot deck, I think. Maybe Carlin is an intellectually ENFP. I don't think so. I think he's an ENTP. Thoth is a sloth with a lisp. Thoth makes a will you do a let's play one day? What's that? Joey Joe Shabbat, if you were to have a TWFE trading card, what would your quote be? We all need a camel ride, not led by slaves, because we have a higher man who sings the songs of wisdom. Oh wait, I remember. Get off the dang roof. That's your saying? Get off the dang roof? Oh, that's Joey Joe Shabbat saying. Sausage Review says, that's what I heard. Regarding what? Something important, I'm sure. Thought is that hoe over there. Oh.
Yeah.
Is that what thought is?
No, it's two different things. I was saying Thoth is something different from thought. Top or whatever.
Did a let's play. I don't know what, yeah, let's play recorded gaming. Yeah, I would
What is
be
that?
fine with that. I mean, I'm opposed to doing that. I just don't have any knowledge of how to do it or yeah.
What is it? What kind of gaming?
Live streaming whatever game you're playing, I guess.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that you even played games.
I mean, I don't really. I could play some games. I wouldn't be opposed to playing it if people wanted to watch that, you know. I don't know how to do let's play. What is that, some different platform or
Yeah,
what?
I don't know. I heard that too, Sops, you do that about Carlin being an ENFP.
Well, it would explain why I don't like him, I guess. I thought I just like ENFPs. I just like ENFPs
Oh,
artistic performance.
yeah. Like Robin Williams.
Well, what is the joke about how children are like meth? I gotta hear what the punchline of the joke is. Children are like meth. Yes.
I'm good at gaming.
Are you?
Yes.
Well, do I have to be good at it? Couldn't I just make
That's
money
the way. Yes, you should
by
do.
being bad at
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do IRL ones. So what game could I play in live stream right now? Like I could end this live stream and start playing some game and live stream it. So it's like when you do that, you get to talk while you're playing, or what?
Yeah, I think so. Like PewDiePie, right? That's what he's doing with Minecraft.
Just like you're like Mets, you get caught smoking it, you go to prison.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
do.
Well, I guess it just particularly when their politics get into the mix. That's what I don't like. They tend to mix their politics with their media, and I don't like that at all. It's like if you do what you're doing, are you doing political commentary or are you doing comedy? Are you doing political commentary or are you doing painting? You know, and anytime you get things political in art, it makes it temporarily pointless. It has no longevity, no universality, no resonance beyond the temporary. And so it's a bad artistic decision. I don't want to do anything on a different platform than YouTube. So if I can game on YouTube, fine. I'd be happy to do that. What game could I play online that's like easy to play and do?
I only play. I'm not sure.
Like, I mean, I'm interested in trying it now. Now you got me intrigued. I want to play a game.
Okay,
What I really
so-
want to do is provide commentary over somebody else playing a game. Maybe Rachel can play the game,
Oh my god, Neopets.
Neopets, and I could.
I used to play Neopets.
If you're going to go on a date and role play, Rachel, what would you be when I picked you up? A spy, ballet dancer, gypsy, school teacher, librarian?
If you were going to on a date and role play, what would you be when Eric picks you up? A spy, ballet dancer, gypsy, school teacher, librarian?
That's a good question. Is a good answer. Neopets is gambling for kids. Okay, what game do you know how to play on the computer, Rachel, that I could talk over while you play it?
Oh my god. I don't know. Actually, the only one that I really know about is Minecraft. I only play games on my phone.
Isaiah Rude wins.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah Rude wins the competition. That's a great one.
57 flavors. That's something too. Minecraft would actually work. We could try that. Minecraft is really funny. My campers used to play it. I would be laughing so much. Yeah.
Dumpster meth is really valid. You could say children are like meth if it's coming out of a sprinkler, it's non-potable. They're the equivalent. Okay, I got to try this fucking gaming thing. I've got to try it. I'm very excited by this notion. So let me see. I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna start Rachel playing Minecraft. Yeah, I know he typed me as ESTP. Undertale. What's Undertale? Is that a good game?
I don't know.
What game do you play that I could get
I play
on
on sets and stuff. I really don't know.
You only play phone games. And
Yeah.
they're different. They don't have.
Or like, Nintendo, like Switch. Like I play like games like that, but if I practice, I could do really good.
Okay, so let's try Minecraft then. How do I get Minecraft? I just type in Minecraft and find out. I
Yeah,
guess.
I think so.
Okay. I'm gonna get this all set up before I end this live stream. I guess I'm gonna have to live stream with OBS to do this.
I guess.
I'll have to figure that out, but it shouldn't be too difficult.
It's a funny idea.
Yeah, well, I remember watching one time somebody playing some game where they were walking around with swords and shit, and I was like, man, this is fun to make commentary over.
Mm.
Who's handing kids out at a party? Undertale, the narrative Minecraft is open-ended. Doesn't require skill. What doesn't require skill? Undertale? Cool. Let's see. Children like math because it's hard to make them like math. that doesn't make any sense at all. Okay. So
Watching now.
on Minecraft, where's the downloads? Download. Do something else. I don't know. Is it downloading? No. You have to buy it. How much is it?
I thought it was for free. My kids were playing it.
Well, it's not very expensive. We'll just buy it. That's fine.
I wish they had like Oregon Trail.
Right.
That'd be so fun.
I did successfully get SimCity 2000. So you just fuck up your life.
I only think about. I mean, I really don't know.